man, look at that
Well,
face.
you seem in a very good mood tonight, sir. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Are you wearing Jean-Paul Gaultier's parfum? This is my natural mask.
Is it?
Where are the car keys?
Is it the alien mask?
This is about Miss Ritchie, isn't it? You're going on a date with her. No, my main man. Get out of town. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. You've fallen in love with her.
The Nile is a river in Egypt, but it's also what is happening to Megamind. He's obviously lying to Minion, but he does so as a protection mechanism to avoid facing reality and the consequences of his emotions. This allows him to continue this facade of being both villain and seeker and avoid the cognitive dissonance that comes with this shift in identity. The reason why his moral compass is aware of his feelings for Roxanne is because this is a clear deviation from their villainous path, and Minion knows it. After all, Minion's job is to maintain the moral balance according to their villainous standard, and he sees his love for Roxanne as something bad because it distracts Megamind from his goals of being evil. Within their current roles, these feelings are supposed to be bad, so Megamind's struggle is between embracing his genuine positive feelings for Roxanne and the fear of betraying his villainous persona, you see.
You are forgetting your place, Minion.
Is he?
Now give me the keys.
Well, that's useful.
What happens when Roxanne finds out who you really are?
Good
She
question.
will never find out.
Ah.
That's the point of lying. Honestly, if I didn't know any better, I'd think this was your first day of being evil.
Wow, Megamind is trying hard to downplay his feelings for Roxanne by making it clear he doesn't mind lying to her, that he's sticking to his villain role, but he's fooling himself, of course. He's simply trying to maintain control over the situation and protect himself from having to face the reality of the mess he's gotten himself into. When he says
He will never find out. That's the point of lying.
he's emphasizing the deceit as part of the villainy, and he tries to align himself with the established persona. Minion sees through the facade simply because he represents his moral compass, and as every good moral compass, he asks a very important question.
What happens when Roxanne finds out who you really are?
He's pushing Megamind to confront the inevitable consequences of his deceit. Lies in relationships, even if intended to protect yourself or others, are often unsustainable and lead to greater conflict and emotional turmoil when the truth comes out.
No.
Okay.
This has gone far enough.
You let him know.
Oh, that was really grown up. Oh,
Sir,
Guys.
please. It's for your own good.
but
What
do
is
you
happening?
know?
I may not know much, but I do know this.
Poor brain
The bad
bots.
guy
Their parents are
doesn't
fighting.
Get the girl.
Maybe I don't want to be the bad guy anymore.
Minion is trying to keep Megamind aligned with their established identity to prevent emotional harm, but Megamind desires change. This is the peak of his identity crisis. He's questioning more and more the role he has played and starts considering a new, more authentic path. Minion's reaction is just what we call the fear of change, as people often struggle to break free from roles they have long committed to, especially when those roles provide a sense of identity and security. In real life, this would be translated as someone who might downplay their feelings for someone else by rationalizing their behavior to avoid potential rejection or complications, but they continue to hang with them regardless. It makes no sense, but then again, it is an important part of self-development. All right.
You heard me?
Okay.
Who are you? Now give me the keys.
No! My sole purpose in life is to look after you.
Moral
I
compass.
don't need you to look after me.
What do you say?
You did not say
You
that,
don't
dude.
need me?
Let me make it clear.
No.
Code, I don't need you.
You know what? You know what?
Did he spat the
I'll just
keys?
pack my thing and go.
Code, fine.
Code, find back.
Shutting down morality to pursue immediate satisfaction is a common thing, and this is what we see here as well. Megamind is essentially rejecting his moral compass, and this symbolizes his internal conflict between following his moral guidance and pursuing immediate emotional satisfaction. Minion leaving represents the abandonment of moral guidance. Without Minion, Megamind is free to pursue his desires without the constraint of his moral framework. This is called moral disengagement, and in real life happens when people reject the advice and guidance of trusted friends or mentors when it conflicts with their immediate desires, leading to impulsive decisions. Guys,
Well, good luck on your date.
I will.
That doesn't even make any sense.
I know.
guys, no. Oh. Oh, you brave little fish, you. Megamind, what the hell are you doing, man? Oh God, look at that smile. Being left alone amplifies Megamind's emotional vulnerability and highlights the emptiness of a life without genuine connection. The only smile we receive in this scene is immediately after transforming into Bernard. It's so sad. This can be escapism or self-deception, or maybe a combination of both. In fact, they allowed Megamind to temporarily escape the harsh reality of his existence and the conflicts he is experiencing. Using an alter ego to escape emotional pain is a common coping mechanism. That's why we love role-playing games, because it allows us to escape our current self. I mean, you gotta love the attention to details.
Roxanne, wow, your hair looks exciting.
Not the only exciting development of the night.
If you want to call it that.
It makes sense now. He missed getting his butt kicked, so he created a new hero to kick it for him.
Wow.
Why?
Wow.
How? How is the worst possible
really
person
pick
to
him?
pick?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot to take in.
For you,
It
yeah.
boggles my mind.
I am extremely boggled. You know, I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of who's kicking whose butt, but in the meantime, let's enjoy each other's company.
Roxanne, embodying the seeker archetype, intuitively recognizes that Hal lacks the character and resilience needed to handle the pressure of being a superhero, and while she says that, we see the discomfort Megamind feels. He had projected his own aspirations onto Hal, hoping that transforming Hal into a superhero would restore his sense of fulfillment. Her comment that Hal is the worst possible choice forces Megamind to confront the flaws in his plan, but he tries to avoid it once again, exactly as he did with Minion. This moment highlights Megamind's need to face the uncomfortable truth that his decision was misguided. In real-world parallel, people often project their desires onto others, hoping they will fulfill roles they are not suited for, leading to disappointment. That's why the biggest lesson of this movie is stop finding your purpose outside of yourself, because you will look forever. And Megamind responds
I'm
with,
sure we'll get to the bottom of who's kicking whose butt, but in the meantime, let's enjoy each other's company.
it's clear he's trying to change the subject to avoid thinking about his plan's shortcomings. This line shows a glimpse of superficiality in his approach, but it's also a protection mechanism. By focusing on the present moment and his belief in defeating Titan, Megamind shields himself from the anxiety and doubt that Roxanne's comments provoke.
I'm sorry, Bernard. Of course, you're right. You know, I could use a breather.
Really?
To Bernard.
Oh god.
Being the only normal thing in my crazy upside down.
Ah, my heart.
To being normal.
Okay. This toast highlights two key points: Roxanne's trust in a persona that doesn't exist, and Megamind's realization that he yearns for normalcy, something inherently at odds with his true nature. Roxanne's trust is based on the false identity of Bernard, symbolizing her desire for stability in her chaotic life. Megamind's toast to normalcy reveals his internal conflict and desire for a life he feels he can never truly have, accentuating his struggle with his identity. Uh-oh.
Roxanne,
Yes.
say I wasn't so normal. Say I was bald and had the complexion of a popular primary color as a random, non-specific example. Would you still enjoy my company?
Of course. You don't judge a book by its cover or a person from the outside.
Oh, that's a relief to hear.
You judge them based on their actions.
Very good.
Well, that seems kind of petty, don't you think?
Nope. Megamind tries to see how she'd react if she'd find out he looks different, because he seems to be more concerned with that. This symbolizes how many times guys are focused on the way they look much more than the way they are. That's why Roxanne emphasizes she judges people based on their actions. His response
Well, that seems kind of petty.
might indicate his desire to escape responsibility for his past actions. By calling it petty, Megamind tries to downplay the importance of actions in defining character, as he's aware that his past deeds, and his current ones, as a villain would likely condemn him in Roxanne's eyes. This shows us that Megamind is still not ready to be with her. He needs to grow a bit more first.
Perfect.
Jesus.
Ooh,